My name is Amanda. I'm the founder and designer of Amanda Pearl, and I had a purse design that was stolen and sold to someone else. This is my work through failure story. It all started when I came up with a design for a purse I wanted to make. I was working with another young designer here in New York who was working with a consultant to do some of her accessories, so that's how I came to know the consultant who helped me find factories in Europe. So the consultant introduced me to this manufacturer who does work for top designers all over the world. Let's just call him Vinny. I had all my designs laid out in a tech pack, which is a document that will show the manufacturer exactly every specification that needs to be followed to create the item that you're trying to create. Went back and forth on all of the designs. Everything seemed clear. Then we got our first sample, and it was confusing. Something as simple as a logo plate, very clearly designated in my tech pack, centered on the pocket inside the bag. And we get the sample, and it's above the pocket, barely clearing the pocket in the way of the hinge of the bag. So it left me very confused, a little bit irritated, because it seemed like they literally didn't give a crap about the piece. I have a sample that I would be highly embarrassed to show. So what's a girl to do? She flies to Italy so that we can get through all of these corrections one-on-one, face-to-face, and just get it done and get out of there. He hardly even looked at me during that conversation. He looked at the translator, but clearly really had little interest in engaging with me. It was clear he didn't think very much of me. It was clear that he didn't want to really hear anything from me. It was clear at the end of the day that he just didn't respect me as a person, as a designer, as a business person, as anyone that he wanted to interact with. I could understand enough to know that this was not going well, and he was not that happy with the scenario. And finally, it was like Vesuvius erupting. "Don't you know who I am? I'm Vinny." After a big slam on the table, and he's up and, steam coming out of his ears and sweat and red and... "Okay, well, if you'd please gather my fabrics and my materials, I'd appreciate it, thank you." And I just very calmly gathered my things, thanked him for his service, and I left. So there was the fear and disappointment of not being able to work with this factory that I knew could do anything I could think of. And so that was sort of heartbreaking to leave behind, but I knew it wasn't right, and I knew I would just have to find someone else. We launch, it's great, I develop new styles, I get into jewelry, the business develops, and then I get an excited email from my friend from the UK who has spotted celebrity so-and-so carrying my clutch, and I'm thrilled. And I'm like, wow, that's so exciting. And I was like, oh, I wonder where she got it, because I knew that I hadn't shipped to the UK. So I'm looking through stock images online, looking at all these beautiful images of this celebrity carrying my clutch, and then I realize she's carrying colors that I never produced. And then I see another image and I realize the clutch that she's carrying has our development closure, not our production closure, which was a simplified closure button. And I realize my design had been stolen. I'm livid. It's like my insides are melting. It's the most infuriating feeling ever. And I realize, Vinny. It was Vinny. Vinny must have sold the design, which was heartbreaking for a variety of reasons. Most prominently, the fact that that was a style that I literally researched and hand-painted from scratch. I knew that mine had been on the market for long enough that anyone who knew would know, and would know that mine was the original, and I knew mine was the original. So I decided, even though it was wildly wrong, that I would focus on more productive things and let it go. I learned that there are forever and always going to be speed bumps. There are forever and always going to be things done to you that are unfair. People aren't going to do what they're supposed to do. They're going to do what they're not supposed to do. Don't get hung up in all of the things that are going to try to take your attention. Just keep moving forward.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I have a confession to make. I have failed many, many times, and so have you. And that is why I produced this WTF story, so that you and I could feel a little bit less alone. So if you want to learn more about founders who have overcome their challenges and worked through their failures, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on our notifications.